So, is Alex Jones crazy? Um, first of all, it's a question that I'm asking, not a claim that I'm making. But here is, I'm gonna share a little bit of my experience. I got to start to listen Alex Jones Infowars from 2016 on. Now what happened is like I was already questioning many narratives, the mainstream media narrative that at that point didn't really even have that name. It was just like the evening news, right? But I couldn't believe a single thing. Every single cell in my body was rejecting most of their information, and just like from the logical thinking, um, they were like. It didn't make sense. Like, what is the real value of informing you and telling you the truth when there are so many hidden agendas at play that just by their controversy as to our benefits are not gonna be plainly shared. So it was very obvious that any type of information, images, sounds, written words have always been tools of manipulation. We just didn't know to what extent. Now, the value Alex Jones brought was to channel some of that abstract awakening and put it more in tune with what was going on, and sometimes help out with putting some terms on it, because it was extremely difficult to phrase the confusion. The controversy around Alex Jones is that is on one hand is a shill, is claimed to be a shill, is claimed to be controlled opposition, is claimed to be a Zionist agent, because apparently he's never exposing Zionism. On the other hand, is perceived as being totally crazy, way too out there, and like a little bit in his own world, and does not have credibility with some people. So as of today, to me, Alex Jones is as mainstream as it gets. Honestly, it's as mainstream as it gets. Is for the awakened people is even trailing behind, and this is why they're accusing him of being a shill, of covering up, of being controlled opposition, because he's not putting everything out there. Now, is it deliberate, and he's in fact some type of agent, or is it just maybe the most intelligent thing to do, because obviously he knows way more than what he's sharing. But for the other, for a whole bunch of people, actually, already what he's sharing is too much. So how are they gonna handle it? So that is why I'm saying is as mainstream as it gets. And the more things are unfolding, the more it's not even edgy enough, because there is way more. But he's protecting himself. So that's my opinion of Alex Jones. I do not believe that he's crazy at all. As a matter of fact, I believe that he's an extremely smart individual. Now, I would like to take into account that maybe his inner nature is kind of organic. That is the only, in a way, that is the only reserve I got. Like, is it organic? Is he like this organic guy that sometimes is a little bit all over the place, as if he had ADHD of some type, and that he can't focus like on a regular conversation tone, or is it an act that is putting on in order to have like that aura of protection? Um, that's that, 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 that that's that, that is That's definitely interesting to explore, because when he's on his own show, is just like this amazing machine, like providing you the right breakdowns, the right analysis, and being goofy, being funny when needed. And I see the difference between like other hosts and when Alex is hosting, it just doesn't have the same intensity. The information is the same, but somehow like you don't get the same interest. Now people are gonna say that he's actually crazy, which would make me crazy as well. And I can tell you that living in the country that I live in, a diagnostic of being a crazy would help me a lot in life, because I would get a whole bunch of free stuff. So it doesn't seem to be happening. So at some point we need some coherence, like whether am I crazy to listen to him, and in this case I should get the goodies of a socialist system adapted to crazy people, which I'm not getting any, or there is real information to be taken, and it's just that the reality is crazy. My conviction is that it is crazier than this. uh, I am also convinced that Alex Jones knows it. It's just that he's doing the right thing by not talking about everything. And as we've seen, it's like he paddled from the Pizzagate scandal, because he felt there was a trap, so he did right. And yet, they're trying to get back at him, even though like he put his reserves, he put his defense in place, and just didn't bite into into that little worm. And at the time, I was even wondering myself, like, is he a shield, because apparently he's trying to cover up. Now, with the time, I realized that he absolutely did the right thing, and that just shows you how smart this man is. And so that is why there is a little bit of a contrast sometimes when you see like how smart he can be in the way he expresses himself, in the way he breaks down the information, in the way he does his analysis. And on the other hand, when he's invited in other shows, I can't help but to think like he appears a little bit like a strange, a little bit like almost like a buffoon in some instances. So I don't know if it's like that smart that it goes beyond. Maybe it gets people to get to his site. He knows it, and it's now. I mean, that would be just another level smart that we're not following anymore. But to answer to the question I'm asking in the video, is he crazy? I absolutely do not believe so. He's certainly not crazy. Now, is he a shill or not? There is no indication for that yet. Absolutely not. And some people like to say that he is, because like they are a little bit knowledgeable in other topics that Alex Jones is not covering. But as I said, there might be a calculated and defendable reason for that. So here is my opinion on that subject. Take care.